Once upon a time, in a land far beyond the clouds, there was a hidden world called Wonderland. It was not the Wonderland that people read about in fairy tales, but a magical kingdom filled with glowing rivers, floating mountains, talking animals and skies, painted in shades of silver and gold. In the heart of this marvelous land lived a young dragon named Milo. Milo was different from the other dragons. While most dragons in Wonderland had shimmering golden scales and fiery breath, Milo's scales shone in rainbow colors, and instead of breathing fire, he could breathe sparkling starlight. Because of his unusual gift, the other dragons thought he was strange. They often teased him, saying, "What good is starlight when we need flames to protect our kingdom?" Even though Milo felt lonely, he never lost hope. Deep inside, he believed his starlight had a special purpose. He often flew high above the floating mountains, whispering to himself, "One day, I will show them who I truly am." One morning, something unusual happened in Wonderland. The skies, which were always bright and magical, turned dark. A cold wind swept across the land, and the rivers of light began to fade. The animals grew frightened, and the dragons gathered together in worry. The oldest and wisest dragon, named Eldros, spoke in a deep voice. "An ancient shadow has awakened. The night serpent, who was banished long ago, has returned to steal the magic of Wonderland. If we do not stop it, our land will fall into endless darkness." The dragons roared in fear. They were strong, but the night serpent was more powerful than fire. Its scales were black as coal, its eyes glowed like red flames, and it fed on magic itself. Fire would not harm it, the dragons wondered. Who among us can fight such a monster? Milo listened quietly. He remembered how his starlight could brighten the darkest cave. Perhaps it could fight against the serpent's shadows, but his heart trembled. What if I fail? What if they laugh at me again? He thought. Yet, he also remembered the words of his mother, who once told him, "Your gift is not a mistake. Light always finds its way when darkness grows too strong." That night, when all of Wonderland lay under the shadow of fear, Milo made a brave decision. He flew silently into the dark skies, determined to find the night serpent. High above the floating mountains, he found it. The serpent was huge, coiling across the heavens like a black storm. Its voice hissed, "So, a little dragon dares to face me." Milo trembled, but lifted his head proudly. "I may be small, but I will not let you take the light of Wonderland." The serpent laughed, shaking the skies. It attacked with waves of darkness that swallowed the stars. Milo tried to fight back. He opened his mouth, and streams of starlight burst out, cutting through the shadows. The light sparkled across the sky like millions of diamonds. For the first time, the night serpent hissed in pain. The battle continued through the night. Every time the serpent sent shadows, Milo answered with his starlight. The skies became a battlefield of light and dark. The creatures of Wonderland watched in awe, their hopes rising. "Perhaps he can win," they whispered. But Milo grew tired. His wings ached, and his starlight began to fade. The serpent saw his weakness and wrapped around him, ready to crush him. Milo closed his eyes, remembering all the times he was mocked for being different. But then he also remembered why he fought not for himself, but for all of Wonderland. With the last of his strength, Milo gathered every spark of starlight inside him. His body glowed brighter and brighter until he became a shining star himself. With a mighty roar, he released a burst of pure light that lit up the whole sky. The darkness shattered, and the night serpent screamed before vanishing into nothingness. For the first time in history, Wonderland saw a new star shining above its skies born from Milo's courage. The rivers glowed again, the skies turned golden, and the land was safe. When Milo returned, exhausted but alive, the other dragons surrounded him. They bowed their heads in respect. Eldros spoke with pride. "Milo, you have shown us that every gift has a purpose. You saved us, not with fire, but with the light only you carried. From this day, you are the guardian star of Wonderland." The animals cheered, the rivers sang, and even the skies seemed to celebrate his victory. Milo's heart swelled with joy, not because of the praise, but because he had proven that being different was not a weakness, it was the greatest strength of all. And so, the rainbow dragon flew proudly across Wonderland, leaving trails of starlight wherever he went. His tale became a legend told for generations. The Dragon Who Saved Wonderland.